Greetings and salutations, DMs, GMs, referees, judges, game operations directors, and all other varieties of storytellers. This is your DM, Scott, and it's time for another DM Quick Tip. Hello, everybody. Let's talk about player engagement, specifically using player backgrounds. I love player backgrounds. I think they add depth to the character, and really what the players are doing is, well, they're doing your job for you. And who doesn't love that? That takes a lot of work off of you. So how do I get my players to provide backgrounds for me? Well, I award experience points. That's a pretty good motivator. I don't give them enough to level them up, but I give them enough usually to get to the halfway point of first level. And I think that's a pretty big jump, and it's good enough to start. Right? If they're going to go through all that extra effort, give them a little something. And experience points are always a good thing. What I like to do is I'll use these backgrounds in my campaign. And what this does is this makes your PC central figures in that campaign. It brings their story into the collective storytelling. It affords other players the opportunity, and other player characters, more specifically, the opportunity to see where these individuals came from, to see what their background is, and really get them involved in that particular character's story. And it could turn out to be really awesome. Give them the spotlight for a story arc. Shine that spotlight on them. There's plenty of room for every player at the table to get the spotlight. And what I'll do is I'll run their story arc parallel to the campaign. And what this does is this grows the character. This allows the character to grow as a character and to kind of overcome some of those things in their past. And it makes your campaign more than just a series of hack and slash quests. It makes it makes it a story, an in-depth, layered story. Once you've shined the spotlight on another PC, give it a few months and then kind of bring another PC's storyline into it. I always will, when I start a campaign, I'll give a few months, several game sessions to really start working on the story arcs and bringing those story arcs into the campaign, because by then my players have forgotten about sending me those backgrounds. They think what it is just a means of getting extra experience points, and that's fine, because I want them to do that. I want them to kind of sleep on it and forget about it and think that that is all that it is. Once you've been in the campaign for a couple months, start bringing the first story arc in. Once you finish it, give it a rest, move on to the next PC, and you can bounce around like this as often as you want. Heck, you're the DM. You can really do whatever you want. If your players haven't already created a nemesis for their character from their past, go ahead and do it. Create a nemesis. Make sure it fits in with their background and their story. But go ahead and create that nemesis, because you want that antagonist, their arch villain, the Green Goblin to their Spider-Man, if you will. That is going to really, really, really begin to add flavor and layers to their story arc, and that's important. That's when you really get that player engagement and that involvement in your campaign. Having a background handy really gives a DM an idea of what drives the character. What are their motivations? You hear that in all the kind of parodies on acting, but really, what are their motivations? What motivates the character? It's got to be something more than just money and fame. There's other things, right? So explore those. And these can be used in game and as story elements. This is story gold. So go ahead and use those. And that is this week's DM Quick Tip.